Wiggy.
Rolling.
Alright guys, your boy Viper here with Team Wiggy. And I got my boy Marcelo here. He came, what was it, 38th?
38th.
At Atlanta Regionals. He was almost there. He was almost there.
Very close.
He played a little spice here.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, only been playing for about 6 months. Second regional, so finished pretty well. I was pretty happy with it. Played pure Crusadia with a Guardragon toolbox. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to Cayman and Wesley. They were two of my matchups at the regionals. Great advice, great guys, lovely community. And obviously, shout out to Team Wicked, and then Chi. She makes up the other half of Team Mochi.
Oh, Mochi.
All right, let's get into it. So for the Crusadia part, we run 3 Maximus, 3 Draco, 3 Arborea, 3 Leonis, 3 Reclusia. So basically 3 of every Crusadia. It's a 2-card thing, so you want to make sure you open them up. Next we do 2 World Crown. Just another way to special summon. I blind go second because it's a pure Crusadia in the main. So then for more special summons, we got Pankratops to trigger the Link Monster searches. Also, it's Pankratops. Then we play 5 Kaijus. We used to run Kyoto, so we have 2 Gamacils.
You're taking real advantage of this interrupted Kaiju Slumber being at 3, huh?
Oh yeah, great news when I heard that. I used to run Ash, but wanted to switch it out for Ghost Ogre because I thought it was a little more deadly. However, Thunder Dragon's my worst matchup now, so we're playing Cherries to try to help out with the Thunder Dragon.
And I think Ogre is like good now for like all those combo decks. It's just mass interruptions instead of just leaving it on board.
Yeah, it helps a lot. And then this is where it gets a little different from pure Crusadia. We main Red Eyes, Darkness, Metal Dragon. This is a little spice that I figured out. I was really excited about the Guard Dragons, but I found they were a little limiting and could easily be broken. However, you can't argue with their going first board. So I figured out I can actually make their going first board with just Crusadias. So we go ahead and have Red Eyes in there, but none of the Chaos Dragons.
And if you have not stared down that going first board, it is insane. It is dangerous. I've met death face to face, and it's just not pretty.
Oh yeah. So that's it for the monster count. It's pretty high monster count. Again, I blind go second, and which is good because a lot of people, like almost everyone I played, who when I lost the die roll wanted to go first anyway. So just basically, I was able to OTK like 80% of the play.
You were like, okay, let's just do this. You want to go first? That's fine.
Very nice. And then I had Trickstar players, and the Cherries actually worked out. Just reveal Boros or just kill.
Get out the way.
Spell cards, again, it's Crusadias. They're a little fragile, and it's a combo deck, so you got to run 3 Called by the Graves, 2 Crusadia Power, the equivalent of Called by the Grave to stop them from ashing your Link monsters.
And I believe you were playing that at 1 at one point, weren't you?
No, what I was doing was it was always 2 power, but just because I was so scared of getting hand trapped, I ran 2 Instant Fusions as well for Millenniumize. So for Crusadia players out there, Instant Fusion Millenniumize is basically like your 5th Called by the Grave. And then again, pure Crusadia. So we do the 1 field spell, it's searchable, so we don't worry about that. 2 Monster Reborns at 1, so World Legacy Succession.
And if it ain't secret, it ain't right.
Exactly. And then more secrets, Twin Twisters, just because the back row heavy decks.
Shining,
Poltergeist, Solemn Striking is ridiculous. I don't like it, so we stop it before it happens. Very excited. 2 Slumbers. I wanted to run it at 3. Got a little ahead of myself. I'm like, let's dial it back. 2 is fine.
I know you were happy when you saw that ban list.
Oh, yeah. And then the last one, Super Poly. Again, Thunder Dragons is terrible. Also thought I was going to see more zombies, so that was also going to help with zombies. And just Dark Warrior, Dangers, just any dark deck. Like, get rid of Azathoth or Kali Yuga and the Phantom Knight Link.
They can't respond.
So that's the spells there. And then small trap count, do 3 impermanence. Again, go in second. So you want some type of disruption, because I found playing Crusadias, for a while I played no hand traps, but if you don't have any disruption, their board gets too messy, especially Thunder Dragon.
You just want the easy out.
Oh yeah. And another thing I play is evenly matched.
One in the main.
One in the main. It's a little weird because, again, like I said, you can actually make the Guardragon board with just the Crusadia main. So if the board's too weird or there's too much back row and you can get this evenly match going, just evenly match, don't worry about your battle phase, and then main phase 2, set up the treat it like you just went first, set up the Guardragon board.
So did you see, like, with running it at 1, did you see it when you needed to see it? Or was
it was kind of nice. A lot of what happened when I played Dangers, they played Drag Down by the Grave, and I draw into that. It was kind of nice. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, let's go ahead and pop off. But yeah, I like that one. And then again, with the Guardragons, you're making Saruya, and so it helps you draw into it.
Keeps you going.
Yeah, so that's the main deck.
Right, to the extra.
2 Magius. I really want to play 3. I personally really like it at 3, but for all Crusadia Guardragon decks, it's going to be tight in the extra. So we dropped it to 2. 1 Regulus is pure Crusadia, so you got to search that field spell to OTK. Spatha, this makes your Guardragon plays go off.
Now I know to always try to stop that card.
Yeah, this is why I wouldn't play Guardragons at first, because this is the most fragile point. Just real fast, Equimax just for the OTK, but when you get to the Guardragon, you put Draco here, and then when it's at LP, this is the most fragile point. If they impermanence your Spatha, affect Veiler, even if they like Ghost Ogre the LP, you're done. You're stuck. Most Crusadia Guardragons decks don't even play the Equimax, so they don't have a follow-up. Like if they let you move it and you ash it, most Crusadias are done. At least I can still make Equimax with it.
Better hope they don't have to call by the grave.
Oh yeah. And then so LP, Pitsy, Argapane, that's the Guardragons right there. I kind of wanted to play 2 more of the Link 1s just in case I need to follow up, but then I realized like you shouldn't have to follow up, so like I understand.
True.
Double Saruya, ridiculous.
Why is that card not at 1?
Yeah, I mean, it's supposedly hard to make, but I'm seeing a lot of decks making multiple.
Not with Dangers around.
A very frequent cherries target for me. Came in pretty clutch. Also, if you're in a pickle where they like impermanence or Equimax or something, Spatha can also get you to Boral Sword if you want, because typically the pure Crusadia play is make Magius, Regulus, Equimax, but if they negate Equimax, you can just go back down to Magius, Spatha, and make Boral Sword.
Okay.
And then Synchros, we do Nat Beast, Sky Striker.
Sorry, Sky Striker.
Oh yeah, it actually came up with Trick Stars, no live stage, no desires. This is something I play that almost I don't see a lot of people play. Cyber's Quantum.
Tell us about that card.
Basically, when it's on the field and there's a Link monster, your opponent can't target other cards with card effects or target other cards for battle except that one. Mm-hmm. Also, when you go to swing at it, once per turn it can bounce back your card, and then if you attack with it and it bounces back a card, it can swing again. So for pure Crusadia, I like to put it under Equimax.
Double Boral Sword.
Oh yeah, it's very nice. And then on top of that, if some Crusadia, like pure Crusadias, are looking for some spice, if you do this under Equimax but play Watt Kinetic Puppeteer, you can move him so that way Equimax gets the full power and he can still swing.
Insane.
For I also play Crystal Wing. I do not play Boral Load Savage because I don't run Destrudo, so I can't make it easy. It's possible to make it with Valerifon and World Crown, but it's just too much of a workaround, so I just prefer this setup instead. A lot of players I played that day, when I set up my board and I finished off with putting Quantum Dragon out, they were like, okay, I wasn't too worried about the board until that came out, because it forces them to deal with this with their card effects first before they can hit it.
So they have to waste all their resources to out him at.
Exactly. And then Super Poly Target, Starving Venom. Again,
Alternate art.
Yeah, I just hate Thunder Dragons, and it helps with zombies, dangers, plenty of stuff there. Also, I run the Dark Kaiju, so potentially I can Kaiju them, play the World Crown, and then Super Poly. It's just it's another way to get there. It's really specific. That's all that, but that's the extra.
Onto the side.
One thing I'd recommend is looking into playing Kyoto Waterfront, especially if you're a pure Crusadia player, because it helps make your going first boards. Basically, game is still infinite negates.
Insane.
Wasn't consistent enough for me. Like I said, you can't argue with Guardragons going first. So again, it's pure Crusadia in the main. I can make Guardragons, but we run a toolbox in the side. So 3 Collapse, 1 Wyvern Burst. The only darks in the deck are World Crown, so I don't run multiple of these because it's very hard unless you get into Guardragons first. It's a lot easier to get him out.
Okay.
For the Nat Beast, 2 Rescue Cat, 1 Valeri Fawn.
Furry little friends there.
Just a lot cuter than Elephant, and it's shiny, so. 2 more Monster Reborn, so that brings your total up to 5 for Guardragons. I play this card. Not a lot of people play this. I think it's pretty good. Basically what it is you tribute a dragon, and then you can pop off 2 of your opponent's cards. So one thing I would do is, like, once I used Crystal Wings effect, after I was done, or you could pick Saruya if you want, but after I used Crystal Wings effect, since it's a once per turn, I flip this up, pop it, and then hit 2 more of their cards if they sit back row. And then 2 more evenly matched, just because, again, you go second a lot. So just in case I wasn't going to see it, I had 3. I might cut it to 2 because I saw it pretty frequently. And then the final spice that everyone mocked me for, but Shadow Imprisoning Mirror.
What made you decide to play that?
Everyone's like, that's stupid. Play Lancea.
But you caught a lot of people. I saw some of your matches. You caught a lot of people off guard with that card.
Oh yeah, I played 2 Dark Warriors. I played 2 Dangers. Played an Azathoth Turbo. Flipped this up,
and it was just.
And everyone's just like, okay, what's that do? Let me read that. I'm like, no grave, no field effects, nothing. And
just shake my hand and get up.
Oh yeah, and then Thunder Dragons forces them to use half their deck instead, and so, and then on top of that, they try to use a Titan. I got the Crystal Wing out, negated. But
overall, how do you feel your matches were overall? How do you feel about this deck and going forward?
The consistency with the deck was amazing. One thing I had problems with playtesting my original build, because I was just pure Crusadias. I even had some Mech Knights in there. It was rough trying to get the cards I needed to pop off, but the way I have it ordered now, it's beautiful. I saw 2 Crusadias basically every game, every match. Obviously the cards didn't fall my way every time. Like in the turn 3, 4, I started to see like impermanence
and stuff like that,
or like Call by the Grave cards that I didn't need. But overall, I think the deck's amazing. I've been playing pure Crusadia since I had the deck constructed like 4 months ago. I love it.
Well, YCS Atlanta is right around the corner. Hopefully we see you there. This is your boy Viper, aka Dino Guy with Team Wiggy. And we got my boy Marcelo. Got Chi over there. And boy Andrews, the cameraman. Alright. We'll see you next time.
Alright.